What could go wrong when you're adding components to your motherboard?
Hi, I'm Paul, this is Diane. We are the PC Zombies, and today we're going to talk to you about what could possibly go wrong while you're building your motherboard for a new PC build. The first thing you do with the motherboard is you put components on. What could go wrong?
Yeah, what could go wrong? What's the first thing that could go wrong?
Well, the first thing that could go wrong, and the one I worry about more than anything else, is when I put my CPU on my socket on the motherboard, I may bend a pin. That scares me the most. So let's start at the top here. Here's Socket Math 101.
Socket Math 101. That's funny.
All right, you buy your motherboard to match your socket to your CPU, right? Because your CPU has to fit on it. You already picked the CPU. You get the motherboard. So what is a socket and what could go wrong? What's a bent pin? What is it even a pin, right?
Well, I thought this was math.
All right, it's not math. It's just Socket 101. Right? All right, so now here's the way it works. Your socket has a name to it. In this case, our motherboard is called a FC LGA 1700 socket. That's the same as the CPU. It's the same so that that CPU or any other LGA 1700 CPU can fit on that same motherboard. So you buy a mix and match, whichever motherboard you want, whichever CPU you want, just as long as they both have the same socket, right?
Right.
So what does that mean, FC LGA 1700? Well, FC means flip chip. All that means is that the socket's designed so that the hot part of the CPU is facing up, so you could put a cooler on top of it and draw the heat away. The LGA part is land grid array. Land grid array just means it's got a bunch of pins on the motherboard, and the CPU just has little tiny dots on it, which are electrical conductors called contact pads. The way it works is you got to get that CPU on all those contact pads to touch all those pins on the socket that's attached to your motherboard. So then the last part is 1700. 1700 means you have 1700 pins and 1700 contact pads on the back of your CPU. And so with 1700 pins, each pin is a little tiny spring that the contact pad pushes down on. Because it's a little spring, it's a little tiny thing that can be bent or caught on and clipped. And so you got to be very careful with it. And once one of them's bent, your CPU won't work. So here's what you have to do. While you're putting the CPU onto the socket, you have to be very, very careful.
It's almost like brain surgery.
It is like brain surgery.
Yeah.
You don't want to drop a screwdriver or a milk dud or something. Don't eat milk duds while you do this, guys. But, you know,
Or drool on it.
Or drool on it. That's not going to bend a pin. That's just going to cause problems in other.
Okay.
Don't drool on it. And so that's the warning. Thanks, Diane, helping out.
Well, I try. What do you do if you bend the pins?
Immediately stop whatever you're doing and call up your manufacturer and find out what solutions they give you. Sometimes, oftentimes even, if it's a high-end motherboard, it's covered under warranty.
I think there are videos on how to bend it back, but don't do that.
Well, you know, you could try, but if you got a bent pin, maybe the manufacturer has the right tool to unbend it.
Yes.
If you try to unbend it, maybe it snaps. You don't want to do that.
No.
All right. And that's our video, Di.
Well, it's great advice.
All right, thanks for watching. Please subscribe.
And we love the thumbs ups.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks. Bye.